Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamila Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment.
When your team loses by 27 points to a squad missing its star player, it's not just a problem, it's a disaster. And Kamila Cardoso? She's had enough. This wasn't just a loss. It was a basketball beatdown. The Chicago Sky looked like they'd forgotten how to play defense, and the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark humiliated them on their own court. It felt
to Chicago and just spank buns, man. Straight embarrassed the Chicago Sky. I mean, what a game. 79-52. Whew, talk about putting belt to rear.
Let's be real. If Caitlin Clark had played that night, it might have been a 50-point demolition. Easily. But that's not even the most humiliating part. What really stole the spotlight was Kamila Cardoso's body language. Cold, disconnected, and clearly fed up. And who is she stuck on the floor with while everything unraveled? You guessed it, Angel Reese.
I've got to be completely honest here. We have to talk about this. She's just not that good. Like, she's just not that good. She's not.
Angel Reese. This is supposed to be the duo. The franchise. Instead, we're watching the basketball equivalent of a slow-motion breakup. At this point, the only chemistry between Reese and Cardoso is the static from all the friction. Reese is out here forcing shots and turning the ball over like it's a hobby, while Cardoso just stands there, like a Michelin star chef watching someone burn toast.
Angel Reese with her, 12 rebounds, 4 points is all she got? Bro, didn't I say Angel Reese ain't no good, bro? She just social media star. You saw that outfit she had on? Like, it's freaking hot in Chicago. And she got that hat and that coat. Well, I guess because she's cold, because she couldn't make a bucket. She was cold from the floor. She was trash. Like, Angel Reese is not a good basketball player. I've been telling y'all that, but y'all don't want to getting your feelings that you're like, oh, you're a hater. You're a sellout. No, sellout, bro. I'm just an honest basketball fan. A real basketball fan will tell you the truth. Like, yeah, she kind of sucks and she needs to work on her game.
And here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark wasn't even in the building. Let that marinate. The Fever sat their franchise player and still ran the Sky out of the gym. Final score? A disgusting 79-52 blowout. The Fever didn't just beat Chicago, they dissected them, rebuilt them from scratch, and then lit the whole thing on fire. And Kamila Cardoso? She looked like she was mentally scrolling Zillow for condos in literally any other city.
Look at this. Nice pass from Courtney Vandersloot in between Colson and Natasha Howard, and Angel Reese just chucks it up. She just throws it at the rim. No technique, no fundamentals, nothing that looks like anything a person over the age of 12 years old would take part in. If you're 8, 9, 10 years old and you could barely reach the rim, okay, maybe you chuck shots like this.
If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe. The United Center was packed to the rafters. Over 20,000 fans showed up expecting fireworks. Instead, they witnessed a basketball cremation. The Chicago Sky were obliterated by the Indiana Fever. But the real story isn't the 27-point beatdown. It's not even Angel Reese's catastrophic 4-point night on 2 of 7 shooting a performance so rough it had fans wondering if she forgot how to play basketball overnight. And oh, the real story was written all over Kamila Cardoso's face. A cocktail of disgust, frustration, and what can only be described as the expression of someone mentally drafting a trade request. You want to know how bad it's gotten? Cardoso, the 6 feet 7 inches former South Carolina national champion, the woman who was supposed to be Chicago's franchise cornerstone, looked like she was attending her own basketball funeral. Every missed shot by Reese, every blown defensive rotation, every turnover. You could see Cardoso dying a little more inside. This isn't just one bad game. This is a partnership that was supposed to revolutionize Chicago basketball. turning into the most expensive therapy session in WNBA history.
It's actually like our worst loss of the season when you consider that we played a team without Caitlin Clark, without Sophie Cunningham, and even without their head coach, Stephanie White. Angel fans want Angels to be traded. Kamila fans want Kamila to be traded. Sky Town just wants the season to be over. Overall, it is just not looking good for us as an organization and as a fan base. There's still no updates on Sloot if you were wondering, or at the very...
Let's rewind before this disaster. The Chicago Sky had big dreams coming into the season. They brought back veteran leadership in Courtney Vandersloot, added scoring punch with Ariel Atkins, and hired Tyler Marsh, a championship-winning assistant from the Las Vegas Aces. The plan was simple: surround Angel Reese and Kamila Cardoso with the right pieces, and watch the magic happen. Instead, they're watching their season burn down faster than a paper house in a tornado. The numbers from Saturday night tell the story of a complete basketball collapse. The Sky shot just 18-4-55 from the field, that's 32.7% if you're keeping track, and a miserable 3-4-15 from beyond the arc. But here's what the box score won't tell you. Kamila Cardoso's body language was louder than a fire alarm at 3 a.m. multiple times. She was seen literally walking away from plays involving Reese, her shoulders slumped, her expression vacant. She looked like a woman who'd reached her breaking point and found it was about 3 Angel Reese possessions ago.
Turning your back to your team, walking away from the active plays going on, walking away from the actual basketball action. Yeah, Kamila Cardoso's not a happy camper over there in Chicago, and I don't blame her. Again, this is another year of the same nonsense.
And can we talk about the elephant in the room? This beatdown happened without Caitlin Clark on the floor. The Indiana Fever, missing their superstar point guard, still had 4 players in double figures, led by Kelsey Mitchell's 17 points. Meanwhile, the Sky's so-called dynamic duo combined for just 12 points on 4 of 12 shooting. If that doesn't make you question everything about this partnership, then you haven't been paying attention. The contrast couldn't be starker. On one side, the Fever, playing like a cohesive unit, sharp ball movement, open looks, execution, chemistry. On the other, the Sky, 5 strangers who looked like they met in the parking lot before tip-off. No ball movement, toxic chemistry, and an effort level that ranged from questionable to straight-up embarrassing. Kamila Cardoso didn't come into this league to be a bystander. She's the 2024 NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, a 2-time national champion at South Carolina, the number 3 overall pick in the WNBA draft. She didn't sign up to be Angel Reese's basketball babysitter or to watch her own professional career get derailed by someone who treats the game like a fashion show with occasional scoring attempts.
Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamila Cardoso. She gets a switch, Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamila Cardoso.
The writing's been on the wall for weeks. Reports have been circling about Kamila Cardoso's brutal body language every time Angel Reese goes into her signature routine, forcing shots, refusing to pass, and derailing possessions. In previous games, Cardoso has literally been seen walking to the other end of the court mid-play, like she couldn't bear to watch the basketball carnage unfold. That's not just frustration. That's a woman who's reached her limit and is broadcasting it loud and clear to anyone with functioning eyes. But Saturday night's disaster? It took things to a whole new level. Because this wasn't just another game, this was supposed to be the Sky statement game. Their first time ever playing at the United Center. A historic night. A sold-out crowd of over 20,000 fans showed up expecting a showcase of basketball excellence. Instead, they witnessed a masterclass in how to completely waste talent and opportunity. The Sky scored just 52 points, tying the worst offensive performance in the entire WNBA this season. That's not just bad basketball. That's a war crime against the
NBA. Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky scored the lowest points since 2011. 52 measly points. 52 measly points, the lowest point total since 2011, folks. There were people in the crowd.
And let's be brutally honest about Angel Reese's performance. 0.4 points. In 27 minutes of action, 0.4 points. High school players put up better numbers during warm-ups. Sure, she grabbed 12 rebounds, and her supporters will cling to that as proof of her value. But let's look closer. 8 of those were offensive rebounds. Translation? She was literally cleaning up her own missed shots. That's not hustle, that's just cleaning the mess you made. That's basketball accountability gone wrong. Meanwhile, Kamila Cardoso put up 8 points and 4 rebounds in just 21 minutes. But even that doesn't tell the full story. Because every time she established deep position in the post, every time she was ready to go to work, the ball somehow still found its way back to Reese, who would proceed to launch another ill-advised shot. Despite shooting 28.6% from the field, you could see Cardoso's frustration building with every possession. Her movements more deliberate, her expression tighter, her body language screaming what her professionalism wouldn't let her say out loud.
She is good at getting rebounds. She just sits there and rebounds herself 4 or 5 times a game. Usually doesn't even convert those 4 or 5 rebounds into a bucket even. She's got long arms. She's got good size. I'm sure she creates problems defensively. But she is the most uncoordinated, high-level basketball player around the basket that I've ever seen. I have never in my life seen somebody who is a national champion, high draft pick, famous for being a basketball player, who can't do anything at all around the bucket whatsoever.
The coaching situation isn't helping either. Tyler Marsh came to Chicago with championship pedigree and promises of turning the Sky into a playoff contender. Instead, he's learning a harsh truth. You can't coach basketball IQ into someone who doesn't have it. And you definitely can't build a winning culture around a player who treats team success like an optional accessory to personal stats. Marsh has tried everything, shifting Angel Reese to different positions, tweaking the offensive system, bringing in veteran leadership, but nothing's worked. The Sky currently ranked dead last in assists and near the bottom in turnovers. That tells you everything you need to know about their basketball philosophy. When your supposed star treats passing like a foreign concept and strategy like a mild suggestion, even the best coaches end up looking like glorified babysitters. And the playoff picture? It's getting darker by the day. At their current trajectory, the Sky are on pace to miss the postseason for the second time in 3 years. The betting odds give them a 49% chance of making it, which honestly feels generous based on what we've seen. Because teams don't make magical turnarounds when their foundation is built on dysfunction, and their franchise players can't even coexist on the same court.
I still believe that they're not giving Kamila enough touches. I think that they give up on her too easily. I think when she seals, they literally can't get her the ball, and it's very confusing to me. And then when they do get her the ball, they throw it at her shin and get pissed at her when she's 6'7". Throw it up there. I mean, she's 6'7". Throw it up there. It just doesn't make sense to me.
But here's where things get really interesting. Kamila Cardoso has options. She's young, she's talented, and she's already proven she can win at the highest level. Multiple sources suggest she's been in contact with her representation about exploring trade possibilities. And can you blame her? Cardoso didn't leave a championship machine at South Carolina to waste her prime years watching someone else torpedo a basketball team. The irony is almost poetic. The Sky thought they were building a dynamic duo to transform the franchise. Instead, they got a chemistry experiment on the verge of exploding in their faces. Cardoso represents everything right about modern basketball: skill, intelligence, a team-first mentality, and championship pedigree. Reese? She represents the Instagram generation of basketball. All flash, no substance, and an ego writing checks her game can't cash.
Completely look offensively challenged. If Angel Reese continues to be your best player and only gives you 4 points on horrific percentages, they have questions to answer. They will be trying to get AZ Fudd next year. They will be trying to get Olivia Miles next year. They need a shot creator, an offensive creator, someone who can get their own shot. And as a bonus, perhaps get other people's shot.
The fan reaction swift and brutal. Social media is flooded with clips of Cardoso's visible frustration and growing calls for the Sky to make a decision. Pick a side. The message from fans is loud and clear. If Chicago has to choose between its two young stars, they should go with the one who actually understands basketball fundamentals, not the one who thinks rebounding her own missed shots qualifies as productivity. What makes all of this even more damaging is the timing. This isn't some rebuilding year with low expectations. The Sky went for it this offseason. They brought in battle-tested veterans. They hired a coach with championship experience. They positioned themselves as a serious playoff contender. Instead, they're watching the slow-motion collapse of what was supposed to be their championship foundation.